Do you want to make an in-demand Etsy product that will sell like crazy during the holiday season? Well, then this tutorial is for you. If you don't know me, my name is Sasha and I am a top 1% seller on Etsy over at yourfrugalfriend.etsy.com. And I love teaching others how to create and sell products to elevate their Etsy shop on Etsy and then taking their business off Etsy. So today in this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to make an animated Canva invitation. These are super popular products that sell year round for birthdays, for special occasions, first birthdays, 4th of July picnics, holiday parties, and things like that. So let's get started. Okie dokie. Okay, so to start, this is the end product that we are going to be making. And you'll see the animated elements in this are the animated GIFs here, also the animated GIFs down here, and I have animated the font. You can animate fonts, text, in Canva free. It's great. It's a great tool. You can animate specific clip art elements. There's a lot you can do with the animate feature on Canva. So for this specific animated invitation, none of these sweater clip art assets are animated, but I did take this one here and I created this little animation in Adobe Animate. And I will give you a link to the Creative Suite below this video so you can use Adobe Animate if you want to dabble with it. It's great. You can make any piece of clip art animated in any way that you want. It's super easy to use. You cannot create something like this specifically in Canva. I tried. So you can't do it. It doesn't work. But this GIF right here, I mean, these little animations here, these come with the free version of Canva. Everything I created here was done with the free version of Canva. Same with this. And then same here. But with this one, I generated this clip art here in Midjourney. Then I upscaled it. And then I took it into Adobe Animate, animated it the same way I animated this Canva graphic here. And then I brought it back in as a animated GIF into Canva because I just wanted to see if I could create my own animations and bring them in to Canva. And then I did that with this cute one too. But also what's different on this invitation template is that this background is an animated video. And when you use videos from Canva, that's within the elements section. I'll show you how to use that here in a second. You want to make sure that it doesn't have volume attached to it. So you don't want to do that because it may be really loud. It may not be what you want. So I originally was looking at snow falling, and they had background noise of like crackling and stuff like that. And it wasn't exactly the vibe I wanted to give with this invitation. But you can add you can add music from inside of Canva to your invitations. So if you're making these kinds of animated invitations for yourself, you can use, if you have Canva Pro, you can use anything to create it. But if you're wanting to create one of these to sell, you want to use all free Canva graphics, fonts, animations, videos, and music. Because the person buying this template, they won't have the same tool. They won't want to pay for any of the graphics or music if they don't have to. They just want to use it, customize it, and use it in their life. So you definitely want to be mindful of that. And how you can test if you've used any, if you're in the Pro account, you can filter data. You can type in what you're looking for, and you can filter your search here for free. And it'll only show free stuff. And if you want to test yourself again, you can go the extra mile and start. I have a separate Canva account that's just a free Canva account. And I bring my templates over there and I go to download it. So you'll upload it here. You'll go to download. You'll go to share there, and then you'll go to download. And if it gives you you need to remove watermarks to be able to download this, then you know that you've used a pro graphic element audio file, whatever it is. And then you will need to remove those in order to sell it so you don't have any grumpy customers, because people will not hesitate to go, what is this? So definitely make sure you are mindful of that. Okay, so let's get started from scratch on this animated ugly sweater party invitation. So this right here is a template pack that I'm selling. It's PLR. And if you were going to be using this as a jumping off point to create your own template to sell, you would want to create your own new design, which would be 1125 by 2436 pixels. That is the best size to use for this kind of product. So we have 1125 by 2436. So 1125 by 2436 pixels, create new design. And what you would do is you would copy this. So you'd select over the whole thing, copy it, Control C or right click copy, and then go here and then do Control V or right click paste. And then you want that background color. So you would click onto the background and you would click on the background color and you go to add a new color here and you would copy this hex code. So this is the color background hex code. So we go over here, select on the template, go to the background color, click on add a new color, and then paste, Control V or right click paste. Sorry, right click paste that one that we want, and that would be your jumping off point for creating your own template to provide to someone who's buying it to you so they can customize it for their special occasion. But if we are creating this completely from scratch to duplicate what I have done here, again, you will create file, create new design at 1125 pixels by 2436. So 1125 by 2436. All right. So we have a blank slate here. So if we are designing this in the pro version of Canva, you will want to, when you're choosing fonts and stuff like that, be mindful of the crowns, or you can filter the data in graphics. You cannot filter the choices in, like you have a text box here. You can't actually filter. Oh wait, maybe you can. Yeah, I can go by free and hit apply. So you want to make sure that you're only using free fonts. And you definitely do not want to choose your uploaded fonts, because people, they won't be able to see those fonts in their account most likely. And even then you'd have to have the licensing for the fonts that you bought to be able to use it in an editable template that you're selling to other people. So you want to go down to the fonts that are available to you, and those are the fonts you want to start with. And again, also with clip art, you want to filter by free. You want to always make sure you're using free. So what I like to do, if I have a specific piece of clip art in mind that I want to use, then I will put that on there first. So I'm going to go here, and this is going to be an ugly sweater party. So what I did is I typed in sweater, or you can type in ugly sweater, whatever you want to do. Click on the graphics, and then I filter by free. Then I click out of there. So then I'm trying to find the ugliest to me sweater. And sometimes you won't find a super ugly sweater, but you want to find something that is close to what you want. And let's say I really like this one. I'm like, okay, that's the vibe I'm going for. You can click on magic recommendations, see all, to see what they recommend that's related to it. But be mindful that there are going to be pro graphics mixed in when you do something like that. So you don't want to accidentally choose something that isn't what you want. Also, if you're like, I really like this style of clip art, you can click on these three dots here and you can see who it was made by. And you can actually click on their account, and then you can see everything that they've made. And then you can search by that Canva creator, type in the word that, the search for what you're looking for. And then I see that this is pretty much the person or persons or company who has made the most of the sweaters that are actually in Canva. So I feel like this is pretty ugly, and then that one's cute. Ugly cute, we'll call it. So I'm going to choose ugly cute. So then I have my sweater, And you want to be mindful when you're doing an invitation product. You don't want to make the font go to the edges. You want to give it a nice little margin, because when someone pulls it up on their phone, it could get cut off if it's too close to the margins of that invitation. So you definitely want to be mindful of that. So the way I designed this template was I had a easy to read sans, S-A-N-S style font. Then I had like a cute kind of retro-y font, because that's really popular right now. And then I wanted to do something that had a neon effect on it. Effects are here. And it was more of a festive font. Then I used a Santa kind of festive font here. And then I did the same font. That's this font here, there. You want to use only a few fonts. You don't want to use too many, because you want them to all kind of work together. I usually use 2 fonts on a printable design. I'll do 2 to 3 on maybe a more cute, festive design. And then in this situation, I used 1, 2, 3, 4 different fonts. So just make sure you don't use a different font for every single one. It also saves you time if you're not using tons of fonts. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so the first font, I can click on Sans, S-A-N-S. I have it filtered for free. So I want to make sure that I choose a font that I feel like it would be easy to read if someone's reading this on like an invitation. You can also capitalize it here, but you want to make sure that it's bold, and you want to make sure that makes sense for the occasion. So like this font that I accidentally chose, Ginty Sans. That would be more for like a kind of kid, informal kind of party. This one looks more elegant. And it's all based on, you know, what you feel like visually makes sense for your product. I probably wouldn't use a wide font like that one, because the wide font, it's taking way too much space on this invitation. So I'd probably use something pretty simple, like something that one, I like that one because it's tighter fitting together. So I like that, and I might make it bold. So then I can also start developing my background. And one thing I like about Canva now is they have photo colors. So you can, after you pick that first piece of clip art, you can design your background based on colors that are in the design of your clip art. And then you can, if you're like, oh my God, I like this pink, but it's matching the clip art too much, you can click on that, and then you can go to document colors, and then you can maybe make it a little darker, a little brighter, but it'll still be in that same color family as your clip art. So I feel like that works really well with when you're designing a template like this. So I'm gonna make this a little bit darker. There we go. And I'm gonna make this font white so it pops. There. Okay. I might actually make that not so dark, a little brighter. Okay. So I have that. And you can say, you are invited to, and then I want to make sure that's not too big. Give myself some spacing on the margins. And then you can do an animated effect on this. So there's effects, and the effects here do like a shadow on the font, you know, a lift, stuff like that. But I'm wanting it to animate. And one of my favorite animations to do on font is the typewriter. I think that just looks really nice. It looks sharp. It looks clean. So I like that animation. So I'd have that there. Then I'm going to text. I'm going to grab another text box. And if I want to resize it easily, I'll just do that. Pull from that right corner. You are invited to a or an or invited. I'll just say you are invited. You are invited. Put that there. And then I will do the ugly. And I did that for this here. This is not all uppercase. It's, it's just capitalized ugly and then lowercase. And then I will type in the style of font that I want. So I wanted retro. And then you can look and see what you have. Lubag's cute. Canvas is more retro. And again, you want to make sure it's a font that would be in the free version of Canva. This one actually, Roller Coaster, that's pretty festive. That looks pretty cute. You want to make sure that it's a font that you have for free. So blue bag. And then if you're like, that's not it, I want it to be more like a decorative font. You can just start typing in different things like decorative, sans, serif. Serif is more of a font like this. So you can just kind of play around and see which one you like. The font that I used on the design that I have for you is a Cooper BT font. And Cooper BT comes in all these different ones. I like that one. It was more of a, what kind of font is Cooper BT? So what kind of font is Cooper BT? That would be a serif font. So you can go and you can type in serif. It's more of a decorative font. And you can see what you get. There's different choices. So I'm going to click on my fonts. And then they bring up all these different serif style fonts. So these are all the serif fonts that they have. And there's Cooper right there. So then I did Cooper medium, I believe, or bold. So then I did this big, and then I did a left align on this. And then I did a new text box. And then I did for this right here, sweater, party, they're individual text boxes. And I did that so that I could move them wherever I wanted. Whoops. Sweater. All right. Ugly sweater. And I did this as center alignment. Party. And that is Cooper bold. And then I did a italicized on that. And then I believe these are italicized too, because it gave it that friendly look. Okay. So then on this, these are center aligned here, and that would be left aligned. Make those a little bigger. Put it right next to it. I made this bigger. And I'll have to make those a little smaller. And you see I'm just playing around with it, making sure it looks cute. It's what I want. I want to make sure I give it a little bit of that margin. And then there. Then on an invitation, you want to have the time of the party. And then I have the clip art. And then I have the address where they can fill it in there. So the time of the party would go here. So when I was looking for a font that I wanted to use, I saw on something like this, they have these font combinations down here. And I really like that. But you want to make sure again that it isn't a font that has that little crown next to it. So I like, these font combinations. So this so you can ungroup it, get rid of that. And then you can have, here, I like that effect on there. That is the neon effect, and they have it at 50% intensity. So I can put the name or the day of the party, December 20th. And then I think I put the time there at 5 p.m. So you can do this, do that. And then you can change this font to be a different serif font. So you can do like this, something that's easy to read on this invitation. Any of these look cute. And you can change that gold to be the one from the sweater. You can make it lighter. I wanted it to be the standard yellow one that's brighter because I feel like that popped off the invitation more. So we can do this one. Looks fine to me. Then You will do add another text box. And so then I wanted to do a festive font. And I think I typed in festive or Christmas. Yeah, it was Christmas that I typed in. And that gave me like redressed was a good font. There's also engagement, lobster 2. But then again, you know, you can always go back to serif if you want to get a decorative font that works for your product. Something cute. The font that I used was Glass Antica. So that was the font that I used for this project. And I know that I most likely typed in serif and then just went on my way to find it. So we can do Glass Antiqua. And then you would just do a placeholder address. So 123 Elf Street. And then you can do your town or city, state, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll do a phone number, you know, like in case they want to call. And then here, you're like, well, the spacing on this is no good. Oh, wait. I wanted to keep this font here. I like that one. I'll do that in a minute. So here, this is the spacing on this is strange. It's too much. So you can click up here on spacing and you can go to line spacing and you can make it smaller, like tighter or wider. So I'm going to make it much more condensed. So then I'm going to put this in white so that it pops. And then here you can say refreshments and prizes. I really liked that font. It's EFCO Brookshire. I think it's very Christmassy. And I would make this font yellow. Yellow font. Because I think it's cute like this one and it matches. You can also make it white, whatever you want to do. On this invitation, I put a banner here. And I'll show you how to do that. And then I made it a curved font. So you can make it simple on yourself and do this. Or what you can do, like I did, is I made this a black font. And then I found a element. I typed in banner, graphics, sort by free. And then you can find the one that speaks to you for your product. You can do this. I just went down and I found the perfect one for me, which was this one. And this, if you want to look and see, well, what could you even type in to find something like this? The keywords that they're using to describe it is elegant gold New Year's Eve ribbon banner. So I would type in ribbon banner to find stuff like that. So we have ribbon banner. I'd put that there. And then I would take this. And then you go to effects curve. And this is really fun. You can make it bigger or smaller. I'm just doing it to fit on here and make it look nice. Adds a little pizzazz, a nice decorative touch. So then I'm going to take this. I'm going to center that. That looks good to me. So then what you can do is you can highlight all this, make sure it's centered how you want it to look. And then we can add that fun, I'll make that a little bit smaller so that it's not cut off. And you'll definitely want to test this product on, you want to download it and send it to yourself to make sure it looks perfect. You can group that too and do position, center, just to make sure it's perfect. So then we can add, if we wanted to add some kind of animation to that little sweater, you can go here and you can just go through and see which ones would be the cutest for the aesthetic, the look that you're going for. Tumble that in. Drift is weird. Some of them don't make sense. Stomp might be a good one. Rotate is kind of strange. Flicker, pulse. wiggle is kind of odd. So for me, I wanted to have it kind of go side to side like that. And you can't create that animation in Canva. Again, I created that outside of Canva. So if you're wanting to do something like this, definitely grab this template pack. The link is under the video. But I'm just going to keep this static. This has a typewriter effect on it. Then I'm going to do a animated clip art on top and on bottom. So I typed in animated Christmas. You can also type in sticker. So like Christmas sticker. Those are usually animated too. That's another way to look for this. So you can go here and you can have, you know, little Christmas stuff here. And you can make this up here. And then you can copy this and paste it. And then I highlight everything. I like to center it. So you can have something like that at the top there. And then you could see if there's any more clip art that you want to put at the bottom. You could maybe do something like this. It just draws the eye. But if you feel like that looks cut off, you can always just find other things. So I've come to the decision. I'm like, okay, this is what I want. So I'm going to move this down. And then I'm going to maybe space this just a little bit more down. And then I'm going to make this more centered. And then I'm going to take these guys. I'm going to bring them down more because I feel like that will look the best for what I want to do. And then what you can do next is you can add music to this to make it pop even more. So what you do for that is you go here into elements, and there's, you know, there's all graphics, photos, videos, shapes, audio. So for audio, you want to make sure it's free. And then I have all these different ones. So we have.
Ho, ho.
So we have that. That works. So it'll automatically assign that to this design image. If I had multiple slides to this design to where it's like a long video, it'll automatically attach itself to all of them if you were to expand this design to be more than just that. But I'm just doing a one-page animated invitation. You can do multiple pages. There's tons that are, especially for a wedding, like RSVP to our wedding. And then the next design will be more about the wedding and then more about RSVP information. And it'll just animate through all of them. But I'm just doing a simple animated invitation to sell. So then we can hit play to test it.
Ho, 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 ho.
That looks nice to me. Hit close. So then what you would do to package this and sell it. Well, first, if you're just creating this to use, you would click on share. And then you would do download as an MP4 video. And then you would download that. And then you want to see how big the file is after you download it to make sure it's not over the maximum amount you could send through text message or email. And I think it's 10 megabytes for Google. So this is only going to be like 1 megabyte. It's not too big. You can send this on any device. So you want to be mindful of that too with using audio and tons of clip art and tons of animations on your animated invitation. Is like, can I even send this, or is it going to block me from being able to send it? So that's something to be mindful of, and to also tell your customers if they're wanting to do a ton of pictures or something. Just be mindful that it's not too big for them to share. So then if you're going to be sharing this for someone to customize, you would click on the share button, and then you would click on template link, which is hidden behind me. Template link is right here, but let's say you don't see template link. Then you click on see all, and then you would click on template link here. And then you're going to create that, and you would copy and you would share this link with your buyers on a PDF file delivery document or something like that. So that's how you would do this. I'm going to show you one more thing before I let you go, before I leave you to create this for yourself. What you can do too, I'm going to duplicate the page and get rid of the background, is you can also add a video. So you can go to elements and you can go to videos. And we just type in something like Christmas. So we hit Christmas. But for videos, you can also filter by vertical orientation, which is that phone orientation. And then you could see if you find something that would make sense for your invitation. But you want to be mindful that there could be sound, and also like this one, that'd be more Thanksgiving. You want to make sure that the words, if I was to set this as the background and hit play, when the video plays, you want to make sure that, the font, it can be read over the video animations and stuff like that. That's just something to be mindful of. But, also the sound, like this one doesn't have sound. So set as video background. This one might be, wait, let's go to test that.
Ho, 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 ho.
Let's get through that one. So it carried forward my sound because I had assigned video. But this one might actually look nice behind this. And it's easy to read. You can also change this font to maybe red or something like that, the color. But you can also just type in a color like red if you're wanting a red background. And then you could get something that's just red. You could do red background and something that's just like a solid color. And then that way, you don't have to worry. Well, there is something that pops up there, but you wouldn't have to necessarily worry about something coming behind it. So you just want to check that out. There's a ton of choices to look at and play around with. But again, with the video, just be mindful of that. Sometimes easier just to use those clip art animations to create this. And then also you can create animations of your own in Adobe Animate. Okay, so I hope that this has helped you to learn how to make your own invitations. Again, if you want to grab this pre-done for you template pack as a jumping off point to create your own animated invitations to sell on Etsy, feel free. It's there for the taking. It's all optimized. You can tinker with it and change things up, whatever you want to do. And yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know if this video is helpful. Remember to subscribe. And I look forward to learning about your experience creating your own animated holiday party invitations.